So while we're waiting for this Feasel, give us a little bit history of how long you've been playing Ninja Gaiden for, and tell us your experience so far with it. How do you like it?
Well, I picked it up, oh man, probably about 2 months ago or so, 2.5 months ago, and it was interesting. I started learning sword only first, just because that was an easier thing to practice. You don't have to. The problem with trying to practice any percent is if you don't have the right amount of ninpo and you don't have the spin slash, then you can't really do any percent strats. But I actually thought it turned out pretty well, learning low percent, just because even in any percent race, you screw up or you die or you don't run on an impo and you're back to sword only strats anyway. So I thought it was a good place to start. And I don't know, just something about the game I've always liked, and I like it just because it's notoriously challenging, and that's always a good thing.
Yes, this game is definitely one of the more difficult games out there, for sure. Alright, give me 1 second here. Alright, and Dexter's dot reading. Joe Buster is removed, and the first race is about to begin. We're within 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go.
Good luck. Have fun.
Alright, and we're started here. So, Act 1, pretty short act in retrospect to the whole game, correct?
Right, it's the only one level act we got. There's really not much to it. It seems like these guys are taking the low path here. Oh, no, Dexter's taking the high path. It's very little difference. The only reason people take the high path is to avoid having to hesitate when they pick up some ninpo a little bit later there.
And they're going to go right away for that spin dash, or what was the technical term?
Spin slash.
Spin slash. And that that's like a one-hit KO on almost every single boss, correct?
Yeah, I believe they do this boss with 2 hits, because you're approaching and you jump and the first spin slash does a little bit of damage as you land, and then the second one finishes him off. But you can finish that boss off with just 1 spin slash. It's just slightly slower.
So far, it looks like, from my understanding, Sinister's doing pretty well. I mean, they're all going to be pretty much within seconds of each other, unless one of them dies in this run. I would say all 4 of them are. Arcus is definitely the favorite as far as he's got the best PB, but they're all very similar. When I talked to when I talked to Duckfist and Sinister, they said that basically these races go back and forth between the 4 of them.
Oh yeah, sure. They're all pretty much at the same level of skill, and like I said, this is a pretty variable game, just because one little mistake can cost you so much time. So really, this is anyone's game.
So this is, from my understanding, this is the only level where they're going to actually be using a different upgrade other than the spin slash?
Well, this is, other than for the boss, yes. I mean, you do use that orange ninja star for that one spot. You don't even really need to do that. There's a strat that doesn't use that isn't really that much slower. But you will see the fire, sub-weapon used for one of the bosses. And they'll be picking up the invincibility. Actually, it's already happened. They picked up the invincibility, which technically counts as a sub-weapon.
That little shield, that fire shield that surrounds
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so we got the second boss here. It looks like Arcus is first to finish, followed by Duckfist, and it looks like Dexter's right behind. And then
yeah, it's really close. Like, with the stream lag, I don't even know if I could say for sure that that's what the ordering is.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep track of the times right now as far as with the W splits to just kind of get an idea.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So it looks like Duckfist and Dexter are technically tied, because Duckfist W split's about a second ahead right now on Dexter. But yeah, Arcus is definitely in first. Sinister is rounding up the 4th. And then Dexter and Duckfist are maybe like pretty much right on top.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So already on stage 3, which is... And I played this game last night. It took me about an hour to get to stage 3.
Huh. It only gets worse from there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would say stage 3 too is probably the first like really challenging one to do right in terms of speedrun strats. There's some pretty tight jumps that you have to make in this, especially if you really want to do the bird boost. I don't think I saw anybody do it this time, but there's a particularly difficult bird boost that you have to set up, and it takes several screens worth of setup to get it to work. It's pretty fragile stuff.
And Arcus.
But here we see you using that fire for the boss, and he should take 7 shots if you're, got good aim. But it's kind of hard to aim that thing.
Now, is it when they're using this the different weapons? Is it just because the spin slash isn't available in some of these levels, and they have to go with something else?
That's right. I don't think you get spin slash in stage 3 anywhere.
And I'm assuming with the angle of the fire, it works really well with that boss as he's jumping in the middle of the air, and you want to essentially snipe him with that fire.
Yeah, it's pretty useless for most of the other bosses, and even in most of the levels, but for that one boss, it's like perfect. Oh, looks like we already had a death. And it was what I said before about you missing a jump and hitting an enemy and then bouncing back into a pit. That's how it goes in this game.
So that death on Duckfist puts him square in 4th place and well behind everybody else. At this point, it's a 3-man race. Duckfist is way behind.
Yep, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another death before this race is over. Not to jinx anything, but that's just generally how it goes. Alright, 4-2 is a fairly straightforward level. I'd say it's probably one of the easiest ones in the speedrun, just because there's not any really tight tricks that you have to do.
Sure. Are there any bosses other than, the bosses seem to be, from my understanding watching some of these runs, really straightforward. The difficult portions are the actual platforming in the middle levels, not getting weird hits on the knockbacks and whatnot.
Yeah, other than the last boss, which is a huge beast, most of the other ones are pretty tame. Fighting that one that we just saw in stage 3, without using the fire sub-weapon is actually kind of tricky, especially to do fast. So the bosses are a lot more challenging in Sword Only than they are in any percent. Okay, it looks to me like Arcus is the first one to reach this boss here. And this is a great boss. You hit A, then you hit B, and then the boss is over.
Now, Arcus is making quick work of this. He seems. It's sometimes hard to tell with some of these games, but his movement seems perfect. I haven't seen him really run into too many enemies that cause him to go backwards. He's been cruising right now, and he's got at least a 5-second lead on the next closest person.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see if he or anybody does the bird boost in this one. There's 2 bird boosts you can do, and they save you a little bit of time, but the problem is you lose about 6 health, and that health has to last you all the way through 5 free, all the way through the boss, so most people don't go for it. It looks like he went for one of the boosts, but not the second part.
Now, that's the main thing. This game is not only difficult as far as navigating, but it doesn't really give you that many health points. I know, at least for me, the main one when I was running into was 6-3 health. That was like crucial in beating the game.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't know about that health refill at the last screen of 6-3, I don't think you're going to do very well with the boss. You get the first time you reach the boss, the final boss, you get a health refill, and at each cutscene. But if you have to repeat it, which I'm sure you did if you were doing a blind race,
oh yeah,
then the later times you go back, you're screwed.
So right now, one of the more difficult portions, at least for me in this, was that really tight jump. You have to, instead of jumping up, you're actually jumping down to fit through that tight space. And Arcus looked like he got that pretty smoothly. And Sinisterwon and Arcus tied now.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, their timers are at the same place. Yeah, he actually could have done that a bit cleaner. And going the low route, technically, I think if you do it perfectly, it's a little bit faster, but almost everyone else takes the high route there. You actually climb up that wall above it, and you can sort of glitch into the wall and then fall through it. And that's usually what people do. Hey, Arcus got the damage boost there at 5-3. That's a tricky one. I always have trouble getting that. The secret to that is you have to do the wall climb really fast because there's just barely enough time to get up there. With the G.I. Joe boost. Alright, and these guys want to have 5 Ninpo left to fight Mouth. Otherwise, this fight takes forever.
This is just one of those one spin dash and he's dead.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a little bit of a timer lag with Dexter, but they're pretty much all tied right now. Sinister, Arcus, and Dexter are within a second of each other. So this is going into that final world or act. This is a really tight race for first place. Any of these any between Sinister, Dexter, and Arcus can take first, second, and third at this point.
Yep. 6-1's pretty predictable, but 6-2 is where the game starts. Is where World 6 starts to get really brutal, and that just won't let up all the way up to the end.
Sinister had a little bit of trouble at the end of 6-1, getting knocked back a couple times. Lost at least 2 seconds there.
And the health is the other thing, because this is another case where you got to go through the whole act without really refilling your health. And there is a health refill, but no one's going to get it because it's a bit out of the way.
Right now, Arcus is starting to pull away at this point.
Yeah, he's been playing pretty much perfectly in this stage. Yeah, and this room that Arcus is in right here is probably notoriously...
Wow, Arcus just died.
I'm saying.
That's brutal.
That right there, that jump is terrible.
Fortunately for him, it doesn't spawn him too far back. But still, that's definitely... Wow.
Oh,
and he
no.
takes another hit right there.
Yeah, and actually, to be honest, the first form of the final boss, I mean, it's easy. It's just the big red dot that you have to attack. And so you don't even really need Spin Slash for it. With some good slash canceling, it's basically about the same length fight.
And Sinister died as well, going to 6-3, so he's got to finish up the end of 6-2 right now. He's damage boosting off the enemy right now. He's now. So Dexter's right now in first place, followed by Sinister.
6-3, yeah.
Arcus is right behind, and Duckfist is actually caught up to the...
He's actually to the rest of the pack.
Now, is there a huge threat for Dexter to like lose time in this next level, 6-3?
There's not really anything that terrible in 6-3 in terms of speedrunning. 6-2 is definitely the more risky one because it's got all those, you know, jetpack ninjas, and it's got that really tough room that Arcus died in.
So yeah, that one hit KO. Now the boss has 3 phases, correct?
That's right. In this first phase, he's just going to slash. Oh, he has spin slash, so yeah, it takes literally a second. But these other guys, you'll see them slash canceling. Which is, in case you don't know, slash canceling, normally there's a cooldown after your attack, and if you press down and then press B while you're jumping, you can swing your sword, and then you have to let go of down, then hold down again, and then press B again, and you can attack. And if you do that really fast, you can end up, you know, attacking basically unlimited speeds. And so that was a really good Jakio fight by Dexter there, so he's pretty much got it on lock. Unless he tries something really risky like skipping the tail and dies. But no, he's killing the tail. With this amount of lead, you don't want to do anything that risky.
So Duckfist takes first with a 12-22, and then, wow, second, third, and fourth, all within seconds of each other. It'll be interesting to see the strats here, if they go safe, or if they go risky to get the second place spot. And Arcus ignoring the tail. Wow.
Yeah, ignoring the tail it's a little bit risky because you have to continually take damage while you fight the thing. Well, it depends what strategy you use. You can like stand next to the tail, jump in and attack, and then jump out. But, you know, often what people do is just jump in and just keep taking damage on the tail while they kill the heart.
So Duckfist snipes Arcus with a 12-48 Arcus with the 1249, and not far behind Sinisterwon with a 1257 for that first race. So very good first race for these four.
Yeah, very close all around.
You know, and it started out to where Arcus had a nice little couple second lead. Sinister actually started out rather slow, caught up. Duckfist had that death, and then they all, other than Dexter, struggled on 6-2, and it gave Duckfist an opportunity to make some ground up there, going from 4th to 2nd. Very good race so far.
Slow and steady.
So this, I just want to explain real quick, everybody, how this is working. We're going to be doing 5 of these races. The way it works out is every race there'll be a point total, 4 through 1. First place gets 4 points, second gets 3, third gets 2, and fourth gets 1. The prize pool today is going completely to a charity. And so the way it works out is the more points that each racer has, the more percentage of the pot that they get to choose as far as what incentives they want it to be going to for SGDQ. So your donations, again, will be going to we don't know yet what the charity is going to be for SGDQ yet. It hasn't been decided. But know that your money will be going to an excellent foundation that will be helping a lot of people. So if you'd like to donate, feel free to click that donate button on the channel. My PayPal has been a little rough lately. PayPal has been giving me the business as well. But hopefully it's been working. I've been refreshing it a lot, trying to keep it going. If we reach $100, Dexter and Sinister will be doing a any percent race of Pacifist. And basically, correct me if I'm wrong on this, Feasel, but basically they have to go through the whole game without using weapons other than the boss. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. You got to keep your sword in its sheath the whole time until you actually reach a boss. That's the only thing that you have to kill in the game.
All right, so let me. We've got some donations in so far. So let me just update the total while we're getting this next race figured out here. Give me one moment. So right now our total is at $23.37. So again, we're already about 1/4 of the way there to that donation incentive of $100. Again, all the money today, the runners decided that they wanted it to go to charity today. So be sure to donate, as that will be going to a really good cause today.
I like that donation amount. That says something there. Something 337.
Somebody.
I know what they did there.
I wonder what happened. I wonder if we had an increment of $10, then maybe another good donation there. Very nice.
Yeah, that might have been what threw it off. Yeah.
All right, and we do have a donation comment from Busy Kenoff. It says, I donated $10. My name is Greg. Busy Kenoff in chat. Just wanted to say big ups to my boys Sin and Dex. Best streams on Twitch. Thank you for that donation, Busy. Much appreciated. Let's see here. Now, the goal was to get some post-game interviews with some of these guys after each race, but my Skype has been really frustrating, so we might have to wait until after the race. So let me just get contact with these guys.
I mean, if you want, I could try hosting the Skype call and seeing if that's any better for you.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying. Let's get Duckfist in on this first one real quick. I'm gonna mute my mumble and see if this works. Let's try this.
All right, so I'll host the Skype and bring Duckfist in.
Yeah,
that's it. Okay, got it.
Hello?
Hey.
Alright. Let's hope this works. Please, Time Warner Cable.
Don't crash, router.
Alright, so while we're doing that, I'm going to update the point totals. We've got, let's see here, add title. So we're waiting for Duckfist to get in here. 4 for Dexter. Duckfist, can you hear us?
He's not in.
He's not in yet? Okay. So these numbers next to each name is going to be how many points they have. So again, keeping track of that, the total is going to be out of 50. So let's say, if Dexter gets 25, he's going to have 50% of the prize pool that he gets to use where he wants to as far as donations are concerned with incentives for SGDQ.
Hey guys, Duckfist here. How's it going?
Hey, Duckfist.
Hey, buddy.
Nice comeback there.
Cool, thanks. Thanks. It was pretty close.
What was going through your head after that first death? I think it was on 4-1, was it?
Yeah, it was in the dumbest spot. I never die there. I just walked off the ledge, and that was it.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Well, the pressure was off at that point, but I came to a few spots where I would normally take a slightly safer strategy, and instead just kind of went for it. And didn't really make any big mistakes from then on out. I had a really good Jackio fight, killed him in 3 rounds, which is pretty tough to do. And I think that was what allowed me to kind of seal second place. But barely. I was the second behind Arcus, or ahead of Arcus, so.
Going into this second race, you're second place, 3 points right now. It's not a bad spot to be in. Are you looking as far as switching up? You can be a little bit more riskier in this next one, be a little bit more safer. What are your strats going into this next one?
I wish I could say something interesting, but it'll probably be the same thing. I'll take my usual risks, and I just kind of adapt based on how well I'm doing, and how well the other players are doing too. So, so something that happened was in 6-2, the really hard stage that's blue, very last screen of that, there's something we call the Exo Boost, which allows you to boost across the very last part to get to the exit, but you do it in such a way that you don't ever have to stop. I was going to do that because I saw Sinister died, and I was like, I'm a little bit behind, I'm going to do this and catch up, but I hesitated and ended up doing it a little more safely, and which was good because I could have easily died. But yeah, that's about it.
Do you ever consider skipping the tail for the final form of the last boss?
Not in a race. I am the only person that never does that in a race. So,
okay. Even if you're behind by 2 seconds and that's your only shot,
maybe if I'm competing for third place, maybe. If I'm competing for first place, I'd rather not have to do Act 6 over again.
That's true, because if you mess it up, and you basically are going to come in last at that point. So.
But I have a pretty good mashing technique for that final form. I'm just not good at jumping over the tail like that, but I can take the head down in 2 jumps and take the heart down in 3 jumps. So
potential to see some more bird boosting going, or any bird boosting going on in this next race. More riskier strats.
Yeah, I went for a bird boost in 3-2. The snow stage. So I didn't get it though, but I'm going to keep trying it. So keep an eye on my stream when I get to 3-2 and see if I ever get it.
Excellent. All right, thank you, Duckfist, for that intel. Good luck in the next race.
Cool, appreciate it, guys.
All right, take it easy, man.
You too.
All right. So with that, let's jump. Right now it looks like Skype isn't giving me any problems, Feasel, so let's just keep going with it then.
Okay.
Alright, so let's see here. I think they're going to get ready.
Should we record this and move on then, I guess?
I think it's been recorded, actually.
I don't think that it has.
I think Blecky came in and recorded it, actually.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Never mind. You don't change the goal name?
Oh, shoot. Did we not change that? Oh, it should be. I think someone switched it out. Yeah, I think it should be good. .enter. So I think they're...
Yeah, no, it needs recording.
Oh, it does?
Let me take care of this. Yeah,
Let me set goal quick. Hold on.
I got it. Oh, that's not it. Oh, he did? Okay, he already switched it. Never mind.
Alright, and everybody can enter again. Let's get those .enters. So yeah, very good first race, Feasel. I was very impressed how quick Duckfist was able to catch up. Very good ending. I mean, Dexter had a nice little lead there, but second, third, and fourth, pretty exciting stuff going on.
Yeah, it's nice when, it's not just, who comes in first that you care about, because that makes the whole thing a lot more interesting.
So the big thing is, can Dexter keep it up? And like I said, early on, he was actually lagging behind. I think he was in up until, I think after Duckfist died, he was in third by a couple seconds, and then Sinister and Arcus made some mistakes. So it'll be interesting to see if these guys can stay consistent throughout the race.
Yeah, and this is the second race, so these guys will be more warmed up than the first one. The first run is always the hardest.
Definitely.
I mean, of anything, but, in this game especially, it's just something about it. This is a more fast-paced game than most things that you play, so it's like, it takes a little time to adapt your brain to it. I was switching back and forth between this game and Ninja Turtles, which is ridiculously slow for a game, for a platformer.
Sure.
And it's just really bizarre. It's sort of like jumping into the hot tub and then the pool and then the hot tub and the pool, just
completely different.
Mental shock.
Yeah. Oh man, I've played Ninja Turtles for the NES for about 30 seconds, and I turned it off after those 30 seconds. I said, nope, not playing this game. Another very hard
game. It's a great game, but it's definitely it's something else. I don't know what to say about it.
All right, we got 5 seconds. We got 4. Here we go. And we're off. All right.
I'm gonna refresh everybody's stream so I can see this thing live. Dexter's the only person taking the high road there. That's pretty much the only variation you're going to see in people's strategies, is whether they go high or low at the beginning.
Is it, as far as time, is it the same pretty much? Or is it just preference?
Taking the higher route, I think, is a few frames faster if you do everything right, but it's pretty much personal preference, whatever's easier for you. Okay, everyone looks good. Oh, Dexter somehow got more Ninpo than everyone else in this boss here.
Alright, everyone makes quick work of Act 1 boss.
Yeah. Is this about Exo's run getting beaten? What the heck?
Yeah, that's what I was seeing. I was wondering what's going on.
Talking about Ninja Gaiden? Really? That's I would never have expected that. I mean, not anytime soon.
Yeah.
That to get.
So Act 2 going pretty straightforward. This seems like one of the more easier acts speedrunning wise. There's not too much going on enemy wise. It's just a matter of hitting the sword at the right hitbox and whatnot. At least in that first one.
The first stage that's pretty straightforward. That really, you shouldn't make a mistake on that stage. There's nothing that risky you have to do. This stage here, there's a few tricky things. Mostly the problem is that it's lots of pits. Everything is pits. So one miss and you fall in. Dealing with the actual enemies isn't bad. There's a few guys who throw random hammers at you, and, who knows what's going to happen with that. So that's pretty much the only thing to worry about. These Reaper-type things.
And it looked like Dexter died? He fell behind. I think he fell at some point.
Yeah, that can happen. Looks like that's what happened.
So our first place finisher already behind in 4th place.
And so now he's going to do like Duckfist and be all extra risky and then end up making a comeback. Maybe.
Now something, let me refresh this. Give me 1 second here. I've got Duckfist's stream is just slightly lagging behind everybody else. I'm going to update that quick.
It's too close for me to call at this point. It looks like they're all, the other 3 are really close. Yeah, the tricky part about 3-1 here is that staircase part, towards the end. You almost always have to pause there. I don't see anybody getting the what was it, 131 or something that they were calling out.
Yep. That is Duckfist, he was telling me before, one of his favorite stages. I guess he's the only one he brags that can get the 131 really consistently, so.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's just like a bunch of, like, your jumps are always a fixed size in this game. And so there are some parts where it's like, I need to do 4 jumps, and there's exactly enough horizontal space for me to do that. So if you miss, if you're just slightly late re-jumping from a landing, you're not going to do it without hesitating. You're not going to get the 131. Ugh, that boost at the end always makes me nervous. It's like if you're a little bit early back in the pit for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're all, again, Duckfist's timer is about 1.5 seconds behind everybody else's. So it's really close right now for between Sinister, Arcus, and Duckfist. Now, Duckfist had a death early in the first race on 4-1, so let's see if he can get past this level without making that same mistake again.
Well, looks like he's already passed the place where he walked off the ledge, but there's plenty of other ledges to walk off of. It's interesting, I see everybody taking the low route here in the middle of this screen. They're doing that to avoid... Whoa, what just happened there? I think Duckfist was trying to do like one of those little hops to get up the ladder faster, and he almost fell off the screen. That was really close. He probably re-grabbed that ladder at just the last possible moment. But anyway, they were going low there to avoid having to do a risky damage boost that, if you miss, will end up putting you in the pit. This jumping up ladders thing is something I never really got good at. Like, you can just hold up to climb, but if you jump off and then re-grab the ladder, you can gain just a couple frames each time you do it, but it's really precise. Mostly if you try to do it, you're going to end up losing frames.
Yeah, that was one of the things, at least casually playing, when you're trying to jump back and forth between walls, and sometimes you have to climb up walls inch by inch.
Yeah, like a single wall jump, it's tricky to do that quickly, and to do it at a faster rate than you'd be able to climb. So. 4-3 is complicated. There's a bunch of tight maneuvers that you have to make in this one, and a bunch of places where a few places where you've got to hold down to avoid using spin slash, and to do that you actually end up losing time, because you can't just hold diagonally down right. You have to stop holding right and press down momentarily while you slash your sword, and then press right again. So the tighter you can do that, the more frames you're going to save.
So right now, Arcus is in first place, followed by Sinister by a second or two. Then it looks like it's Duckfist, and then Dexter running out. So the two that were in first and second from last race are actually in third and fourth this time. So pretty amazing. Now this is another stage that we potentially could see a bird boost, correct?
Right, we may see one coming up right now, and Arcus is, well, coming up pretty soon. It's hard to tell with the stream legs, but... Yeah, so Arcus got the bird boost, and it looks like he's going to kill the bird off and not use it again. You can keep that bird going and do another boost that saves you, half a second or something, but... Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I said, you want to be conservative with your health here, so the birds do a lot of damage. Probably I think the most damage of any of the regular enemies.
It looked like Sinister didn't go for the bird boost at all, so how much, is that like a few frames that you're saving with the bird boost, or how much time is that saved?
The first time, probably close to a second. The second time, half a second.
Okay.
So it's not a lot at all in the grand scheme of things. So it's not really what strats that you would normally use in a race, but, every little bit helps.
So Sinister goes for the jump.
Looks like Arcus made that bird boost at the end of 5-2. That's actually a really tricky one, because there's no easy way to delay the exact right amount of time. And if you screw it up, there's like a giant pit that you're over. So, what are you going to do? Mm-hmm. There's no backup strat if you miss it. And here we see Arcus making short work of the jetpack ninjas with that spin slash.
Oh,
Very
man.
satisfying thing. If you ever played this game, you know the jetpack ninjas are about one of the worst things there is. So just spin slashing through them all is the best.
They're tolerable on this level, but oh my god, 6'2" flying ninjas. Oh my gosh, jetpack ninjas are brutal on 6'2".
Yeah.
So again, Arcus got about a second or two lead right now. Duckfist is actually, it looks like he's behind. Dexter has passed up Duckfist, even after a death. Oh, I take that back. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong screen.
Dexter's still back there.
Sometimes some of these areas look very similar.
Very similar, yeah, agreed. I always liked how 6-1 started where 5-3 left off. It's kind of neat.
So again, 6-1, a pretty reasonable level as far as pretty straightforward. You're walking in there's no really fall points.
Yeah,
and you're just hitting enemies.
The only things that can go wrong are a guy can throw axes or throw hammers at you at random. But looks like everyone's been able to deal with it.
Alright, so 6-2. Troubled area for Arcus and Sinister last time. Let's see how they handle it this time around.
Alright, not too much trouble with those jetpack ninjas. Look like everyone made it through. And now Dexter is approaching it, so we'll see what happens there. Yeah, no problem. Picking up that spin slash really helps. I mean, sword only, that room is terrible. But with the spin slash, not too bad.
And Sinister actually made up some time in 6-2. He's having a really good 6-2. They're like right there tied. Wow.
Yeah, he's right at the end of it, so he makes the boost. Cool. Wow, he and Arcus are going into 6-3 at exactly the same time, it looks like. And Duckfist as well now.
Sinister having some trouble right now. It looks like he's going really slow on that first room. He actually lost some time. Arcus again in the lead about by 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, there's that boost off I didn't see if he did the boost off of the bat, but he might have lost the time because he went the safer way. I don't know. I wasn't watching.
At this point, it'll be interesting to see what Sinister does here, knowing he's about a second or two behind. If he goes for the fast strats, or if he goes for the safe strats with the tail.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where, well, I mean, Arcus might go for skipping the tail as well. Who knows?
Oh, Arcus!
Duckfist
Arcus died right at the end. Wow.
Oh shoot! Really?
He died to the enemies. Wow.
Oh yeah, because if this doesn't go well, these things can do a lot of damage. Those things do 2 damage. Those jumping guys, and the birds 3. So, and there's some slash canceling by Arcus.
Just like that, Arcus went from first to 4th place. Wow. That's insane. Sinister.
Well, who knows what's going to happen here, though, because the Jacchio fight can take, who knows how long. I mean, anywhere from 2 cycles to, as long as it takes to kill you.
And Duckfist actually pops up into 1st place having a good fight, and he's moving. It looks like he's going to get it. It looks like he's going to get first. Yeah. Wow. Duckfist, again, the comeback master.
Jeez.
Crazy finish. And Sinister dies! Wow. Sinister died on the final boss.
Oh, man. And Dexter skipped the tail and just barely pulled it out. Yep, this is one of those high forfeit games.
Wow, what a finish. That was a ridiculous finish. So, the way it's going to work out right now, so Duckfist is going to clean up with those 4 points. Dexter's going to get 2nd place, so they're basically tied right now in points. Then Arcus again gets 3rd, and then Sinister's going to get that 1 point for... he had to forfeit because of getting sent back to 6-1. But wow, very nice comeback again. Duckfist is 2 times in a row he's finished coming back from behind. Very impressive.
Mr. Sinister consistent today.
All right.
Yeah, and that's definitely, like in a lot of games, I would say, learn the best strats and don't bother with the, beginner strats. But, like, I think safety strats in a Ninja Gaiden race make a lot of sense. Because this is, like, it's very rare that you have a race where the, people aren't, dying or making big mistakes. So if you're just, losing a few frames here and there because you're trying to be safe, but you end up not dying, I mean, it definitely works out for your, on average, it's, like, by far the most, reasonable strategy. Playing it safe.
So right now, as the standings are, we've got Duckfist with 7 points, Dexter with 7 points, flip-flopping on that first and second from the first 2 races, Arcus with 4, and then Sinister with 2. And we still got 3 more races to go. So just want to make a point, as far as this is the showcased race, today I've got Feasel with me as my guest commentator, and we are commenting on Ninja Gaiden. Any percent, beat the game as fast as possible. We are taking donations. All 100% of the donations are actually going to be going to charity for this race. The way it works out is we have a point system out of 50 points total. So let's just say Duckfist gets 25 points. He's going to have 50% of the prize pool that he'll be able to use as far as incentives for SGDQ. So all money raised today will be going to SGDQ donations. If we reach $100, Sinisterwon and Dexter will actually do a Pacifist race after the first 5 races where they have to go through the whole game without using the sword other than bosses. So if you'd like to donate, we'd like to get to that $100 donation goal by the end of the 5 races. All you have to do is scroll down and hit that donate button. It'll take you to a PayPal account. Just put that, I'm pretty sure you can use a debit card or other PayPal account. Put it in there, and like I said, if we hit $100, we'll have that incentive race going on between Dexter and Sinister. So again, thank you for everybody who's donated so far. If you do donate, be sure to message me on IRC with a donation comment, and we will get that donation read on stream. So let's we got in Duckfist last time. Let's bring in Sinister real quick to see what's going on.
Let's do it. Sinister.
And it looks like Feasel, his run was actually, the Exo's run was beaten. There's a Nico video of it right now.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Sinister.
Hey, how you doing, Sinister?
Not too good after that one. That was rough.
I mean, it happens. It's the nature of the game,
Yeah.
The boss.
I had a bad Jackie fight. I guess I should just explain to the viewers what happened, because they're probably wondering why I died, thinking I'm a noob or something.
Go ahead.
Basically, like, I knew that Duckfist and I were very close in the race. And he had a really good Jackie fight. I had a poor Jackie fight. So I went for the strat that he just said he never goes for when you guys got him in the call, which was to not kill the tail, and I came up 1 damage short of killing the heart. So that can happen.
That can happen, yeah.
So.
Are you going to continue those strats for the boss from here on out?
Basically, the way I do it is I just play to win. So if I believe that it's going to cause me to place ahead of somebody to do that strategy, I'll do it. The last time I did it, I got hit so bad with the RNG that I just backed it off. But this one, I had a very slim chance of getting it, so I kept after it. Like, I could have just backed off and killed the tail, which I did in the first race, but there was really no reason for me to do that. I was playing for first. I'm not playing for second place. So
go for first. I like it.
It's the right mentality.
Yep.
But so yeah, you've definitely got some work to do in these next 3 races. Good luck, Sinister. I'm wishing you the best. I'm rooting for you. I always like the underdog story. Like I said, you've been doing good for most of the races. Just at the end, it's been just one little mistake here, and then it loses so much time.
Yep. I've had pretty bad luck. Like, I don't like to blame luck, but my luck has been pretty poor so far for the random factors of the run. So hopefully my luck will turn around a little bit.
All right, man. Thanks, Sinister, for the post-game interview. Good luck in the next 3 races. All right, man?
All right. Thank you. And hey, don't forget to donate for Pacifist, you guys. You definitely want to see me and Dexter go at it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right. See ya.
Bye-bye.
All right, and speaking of donations, we do have, it looks like we've got some more that actually came in here. Give me 1 second. Get the exact totals here. Yeah, we've got another $10 donation that came in from Nick. I don't see a donation coming yet in IRC, but yeah, that brings our total up to 33.37. So we are about 1/3 of the way to that donation total. So keep it up, everybody. We've got 3 more races to go. Again, if you want, you can click on the link down below, or you can click the link that I just posted in the chat. Click on that link for a donation, and we can get there.
I have faith we'll make it. I believe.
All right, so let me fix the. Looks like PayPal's being annoying again. Let's see if we can get this to work one more time. I have to. The way it works out, PayPal is one of those programs where they say to update something, and then you update it, and then they say everything's good, and then you log in again, and they say everything's not good. Please update it, even though you do update it. And I'm gonna give them a call actually after this thing to get this sorted out, because it's really frustrating. I thought the problem was solved. All right, so everyone keep trying to get through. I'm going to keep refreshing it as the race goes on. If there's any problems with the PayPal, please let me know in chat. I will, again, do my best to get the issue fixed. Again, we've still got 3 more races, so continue to try to get through those donations. PayPal can be obnoxious sometimes. Alrighty, so I think we're still waiting for a few people. It looks. Oh, they've already got the. They've already recorded the race, and it looks like people are dot entering right now. All right, I will keep refreshing this to get this fixed. Everybody, just.
Yeah, if the thing doesn't work, just keep trying again, and you'll eventually get it.
Definitely, it's one of those programs you just gotta keep whittling away and hoping it works. But again, I apologize, everybody. PayPal has just been really obnoxious. I'm just curious, Feasel, is there any other good, as far as money holding online things that you could use? I mean, obviously there's Bitcoin, but that's kind of a joke at this point. So.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd recommend that, but yeah, besides PayPal pretty much has the monopoly on it, really.
Yeah, unfortunately they have to do that. All right, so we're waiting. It looks like we've got 1 more person. It looks like we're going to be starting pretty soon, and it's just JoeBot and Duckfist and Frankie.
Busting chops in the race channel.
Alright, and we're waiting for 1 more. Oh, man, Joe Buster laying down the law. Oh, he has not set his stream. This could be an issue. I'm assuming this... Okay, and it looks like we've got some more donations coming in as well. The total, it is working on and off, so that's good to see.
Oh, it looks like there was a typo. You left off the 1 in the link that you pasted earlier.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Well, that could always be an issue as well. My copy-paste skills are, I've had many issues with copying and pasting things. All right, let me retry that one more time.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
We're at the red text here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Let's get it on.
All right. So now, I mean, we're into the 3rd race. You know, we've got a really tight point. I mean, obviously Dexter and Duckfist are tied, and it seems like Arker's been in the lead for most of these races and just in the end cannot close it out. So I think we're in for a really tight finish in these last 3 races.
Mm-hmm. Do you usually do... How many races do you usually do for this?
Normally,
I guess it must depend on the game, right?
Yeah, normally it's 1. A lot of the games that we're going for are usually about an hour and a half in length, so it's perfect. But with, shorter games like NES games in particular, it's trying to come up with a good format to where it keeps it fresh and entertaining to the last race, but at the same time gives them plenty of time to play. If we did one, Ninja Gaiden race, it'd be a very quick showcase. So I felt like this was a pretty good system so far.
I kind of like it, especially one of my problems with long races. It's like, well, I screwed up in the second dungeon, so like, what do I do? For the next hour, I'm just going to be behind everyone by 15 minutes. Like it's a little bit frustrating. So I like the aspect of this that, like you get a clean slate after every race.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And certainly doing a bunch of them and adding the points up sort of like averages out a lot of these mistakes and gives you a better sense of who really is the more consistent player. Alright, so everybody picking up Spin Slash, of course. And then everyone picking up the orange star. Oh, not everyone picking it up. Looks like Dexter's keeping his Spin Slash and not getting the star. I wonder if that was intentional.
I'm just going to update this donation pool. We got a $20 donation actually from Duckfist, so he's getting in on the donation action. So we are at $53.37 right now, so we're a little bit over halfway. So thank you, Duckfist, for that donation. Much appreciated. Again, if you get that donation in over 100, we'll see a Pacifist race between Dexter and Sinister.
Alright, now the trick here to the last part of 2-2 is just leaving yourself enough Nimpo that you can Spin Slash the boss. Which it looks like everybody has. Usually takes 2 shots. So there you go. Oh no. Arcus looks like he took a hit in midair and ended up in the pit. So he has to redo the last screen. So this is one of the longer spots to die and have to redo. This is actually a rather long screen. But at least he's still got Spin Slashed, and if he can conserve his ammo, which is going to be real tricky, then he can still have a decent boss fight. Oh yeah, he's still got 1 Spin Slash left, so you should be able to do that boss with 1 spin. Yeah, good.
Yeah, so the other 3 races, again, pretty tight. No problems in 2, they're now on 3-2.
Looks like nobody getting the bird boost. Nobody's got the setup for the bird boost here. So this is one of those instances where you have to do something, like you have to control the screen position just right so the bird doesn't despawn, and you get this bird to follow you back and forth for like several screens worth of gameplay until you finally boost off of it. So it's a pretty fragile boost, and so no one got it this time. Arcus might get it though. Looks like not.
So again, Sinister in the top right now. It looks like him and Dexter are pretty much on pace. I think Sinister is actually in the lead due to lag on the W split. He's about 2 seconds behind on Dexter, so I think he's actually in first place right now.
Yeah, he is definitely. Just barely, though. We've got about 3 seconds separating everybody, I think. I'm separating the top 3.
And Narcus obviously making his way through 4-1 right now with that death, really putting him back a lot of time. He's going to have to hope that the other guys make some big mistakes in order to get back in this.
Yeah, that was one of the worst places, unfortunately, just in terms of how much you have to repeat. Four 2 has pretty much the best music in this game.
And that's the thing about NES games. A lot of these games had really solid, music.
Yeah.
I think that I always talk about it in the showcase race, but when picking a game to speedrun, I think, obviously gameplay is a big deal, but I always thought that music was one of those big factors as well, at least for me, just because if you're going to be playing a game for hours upon hours, might as well have good music to listen to.
You have to hear the same song over and over again. Hopefully it's a good one. It's probably the deterrent to running Castle Quest, I guess. I always ran that with the sound off. But...
I remember I was watching a Sonic Adventures 2 stream, Broken Arthritis, and there's a really difficult trick on the first level, and that's the famed, rolling around at the speed of sound. And he said it was so bad that he just could not play that level anymore with sound because he would just continue to hear it.
Yeah.
It looks like both Sinister, Dexter, and Duckfist had good World 4 fights for the bosses.
Yeah, it looks like it's, at this point, Sinister, then Dexter, then Duckfist. Maybe? Huh, that's funny. Sinister and Dexter are left and right. Interesting. Okay, everyone coming out of that with a fair amount of health. That's a good thing.
Yeah, Dexter or Sinister really needs to get first place in this. He really can't afford to get second at this point. He wants to be able to gain some points because even if he gets first and Dexter gets second, he's only gaining a point on him at this point. So if he wants to get the most points as far as this race, definitely he needs to finish first.
Right. So we got two more races after this, but he's already down like 5 points.
He's already down 5 points. Yep.
Yeah.
And the most he can gain on someone is 3 because you're always going to get a point no matter, with fourth place.
Right. And we're spin slashing some jetpack ninjas. Yes. And there's the G.I. Joe boost again. I'm envious because that's like the one boost that I just cannot do consistently at all. I don't know what it is about it.
Something I just want to point out the chat of maybe if they're coming new and they're seeing Dexter and Sinister in the lead right now, it usually tends to stay really close as far as the leader not really losing too much time in between the other racers. But then you get to 6-2 and then everything pretty much is it's anyone's game at that point. Even 6-3. I mean, we saw Ark die at the end of 6-3 before the boss.
Right. So here it looks like I can't even tell between Sinister and Dexter who is ahead.
And there's about, like I said, 2-second lag, so they're, again, neck and neck right now.
Yeah. And Duckfist is just maybe 2 screens behind them, I guess, but that could easily change. Just by getting hit with a few hammers, you can end up losing that amount of time. Sinister falls off a ledge. That gets a little more chance for Duckfist to come back. Once you mess up the jetpack ninja pattern by doing that, it becomes a little tricky. But
oh wow, yeah, he's
getting recovered. Yeah, because you just keep getting pounded over and over again until the screen clears out and you can get your spawns reset and you know, begin the pattern again.
Duckfist actually pulls ahead now of Sinister and is in second place. And Dexter makes it through the difficult room in 2.
Oof. The spin slashes he does right there are actually pretty tricky to time right. The tricky part is not accidentally picking up the fire wheel, because that will make your life miserable. And I like how Dexter's taken the not correct way up through that room there. I always like that, bouncing off the right wall instead of going the way they intend you. It's my favorite. I love these little single screen rooms that they have where it's just like you climb up a ladder, do some wall jump, and climb up another ladder. There's a couple of those, and those are always my favorite rooms.
It'd be interesting to see how much time they actually spent grinding out those rooms when practicing the speedrunning, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Rooms with no enemies in it, but, you know, some complicated wall jumping. It's just sort of a funny thing to have to practice.
Alright, so Dexter actually, on his way to the final boss, got a huge lead on everybody, so he could play it very safe right now and not have to worry about losing first place, followed by Duckfist.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Jacchio fight is pretty elastic. You're going to see, you know, it could be anywhere from, you know, 2 rounds to who knows how many rounds. But Dexter's, wow, doing massive amounts of damage to that thing. That is really good slash canceling. And he gets him finished in 3 passes was that. And now Duckfist's finishing too.
Thank you for that, Boss Crab. Didn't catch that.
Dexter skips the tail. Will Duckfist skip the tail? No, he won't. He said he never does, so I guess he was not lying. Wow, Dexter 12:08 is a pretty serious time for a race. That's nice. Oh man, Sinister's going all out risky, and he's done it again. Unfortunately, it hasn't paid off for him. But I mean, that's the smart thing to do at this point, given that he was in 3rd place at that point. You know, he was behind those other guys.
So again, it back and forth again between Dexter and Duckfist. Dexter pulls ahead by 1 point. Archer consistently getting that 3rd place, and Sinister again with a 4th place finish. So right now, it's really turning into Duckfist and Dexter. I mean, they've been swapping back and forth, 1st and 2nd, 1st and 2nd, 1st and 2nd. So these last 2 races, you're going to really want to keep your attention on those 2 and see, you know, who can withstand the pressure.
Yeah.
But I can't help but root for Sinister. I mean, I can't root against someone who's taken all their riskiest strats as possible in order to showcase what can offer.
Yep.
Alright, so let me update those point totals while we're waiting for some people to finish here. We've got, let's see here, Dexter's going to be up to 11. And then Arcus is going to be... Again, even though, you know, Sinister might be out of it as far as taking first, he still wants to do well to get that bigger percentage of the pot to donate for SGDQ. So, still a lot of incentive to keep going and to play well. As everybody's
and to save himself for that Pacifist race.
Oh, definitely.
I guarantee is going to happen at the rate we're getting money in here. We're at, what, the halfway point now?
We're at 53.37. Let me see if that's been updated or not. Let me check real quick. Again, everybody, all the donations today are going to charity. The runners decided they want their money to go to charity. So right now we're at 53.37. If we get over to that $100 donation mark, we'll get a Pacifist race between Dexter and Sinister. So we're only $47 away, everybody. So keep the donations coming. If you'd like, you can message me in IRC with a donation comment. We just need $47 more. We got 2 races to do it. I know we can. Everybody can get in on here. Let's keep this going, everybody.
Mm-hmm. All right. We got some people finishing. Looks like one guy's still going.
All right, so we haven't gotten Dexter in here yet. You want to pull Dexter in and see what his thoughts are on the race so far?
Indeed, let's do that. There he is.
Waiting for him to join.
Oh, he's AFK.
Okay.
So,
Try that again in a little bit.
yep.
Sinister saying he is not doing any more hard strats, so there'll be some tail action going on when it comes to Sinister Unload.
Yeah, he's sworn off of those strats for the day.
We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. The temptation might be there if it's really close. I know. I don't know about you, Feasible, and I always sell myself. I'm not going to go for crazy strats, and then I get to the glitch or trick that I need to do, and I still end up doing it anyways. And
I know, I know the feeling. You're like, okay, I'm not going to do that. Then you're like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this?
and then you hit that reset button, and it's right back to the start.
And you say, sorry, stream chat. I don't know why I did that.
Oh man, gotta love speedrunning. All right, and we're still waiting for everybody to dot ready.
Looks like Dexter's back at his machine. And he's in the race. So now we've got all of the showcase racers.
And I'm just going to give a shout out to Time Warner Cable. I'm probably going to jinx this, but other than that beginning part, I've had really no problems. So thank you, Time Warner, for being merciful on me today. It's usually not too like you to treat me very nicely.
Oh, well, now you've jinxed it.
Yeah, I know,
That
it's
was
over.
smart.
It's over. Sorry. Good. Probably right at the end of the race, too, right when on the 5th race, when Duckfist and Dexter both tied in points. I can see it now. Oh, and we just started. Wow, we just started.
There you go, yeah. Oh, refresh all these streams. Everyone is at a different place now. That's not good.
Yeah, let me get that as well. Alright, so pretty straightforward, you know.
Yeah, there's not much variation on how to play this level.
There's only so many times you can say, well, they're holding right and jumping.
Yeah.
That's true, Boss Crab. That's very true.
Why aren't they flying over all these levels?
Where's the cape? Where's the cape sub-weapon?
Well, that's an interesting thing. I just noticed that everyone in that first room is getting the bat to spawn higher. They jump to get the bat to spawn high, so you don't have to try to slash your way through them. That's pretty smart. I never thought of that.
It's really cool to see some of the enemy manipulation in this game, because with the spawn points.
Yeah, like a lot of these enemies, well, the bats in particular, they'll spawn at your vertical height. But yeah, this is pretty... I mean, it's fairly straightforward. It's not even that complicated to manipulate the spawns, but I mean, I think that's what kind of makes it nice, is that it's like pretty clear what, you know, your screen position, your ninja's position, the effect that it has on the enemies, so you can, you know, kind of get clever with this sort of damage boosts and spawn manipulations that you set up.
So Arcus in the lead, followed by Sinister, and then Duckfist and Dexter are right there as well. So far, pretty clean for everybody.
Yep, and then now everyone's got the fire wheel, so it's not like anything bad's going to happen in that room.
Alright. So final room, you do not want to die here because of that time loss.
Yeah, seriously. And that's the place where Arcus had died last time.
So,
But no such problems this time. And it looks like everyone's within about 1 second of each other, so that's good.
yeah, it'd be nice to see a race where they're all four going into that final boss really close.
Yeah, really. It's just the chances of it, because there's just so many things that can go wrong. So have 4 people with no death run, pretty unlikely, even with guys this good at the game. Well, we might see a 131 on Duckfist stream. Let's watch that. Oh, looks like he had hesitate. Never mind.
No, there goes the 131.
Dexter got it, though. Nice job, Dex.
Did Sinister... I think Sinister died. He fell behind.
Oh, it's got to be, yeah. I was looking at the other screen, but yeah, he must have. Ooh, fairly late in the level, too, because he's way back now.
Yeah. Ooh, we got another donate. I'll get to that after the race, though. We're getting closer.
Alright, pretty clean boss fights for everybody so far.
Again, Arcus and Dexter very close. Duckfist not too far behind. Feasel, if people are, thinking suicidal right now and trying to pick this game up. No, I'm just kidding. But what are some, if they're trying to learn the game, what are some resources that they can go to as far as, finding information on different tricks and whatnot?
Ooh, that is a good question. I actually don't know if there's a wiki for it, but Sinister has a tutorial that he put together. I wish I had the link for it, but Sinister's got some tutorial materials, and it's a pretty straightforward game. Like in that, if you watch a video of it, you pretty much can tell what the person's doing. I mean, it's really tricky to hit all the timing windows to do things right, but I had no trouble learning the game just by looking at people's runs, because it's pretty clear what they're doing, or at least what they're trying to do,
Sure. And there is hashtag Ninja Gaiden, correct, in the IRC?
Right, there is an IRC channel, and I'm sure they would be more than happy to help you get started on it.
And
this being a seasons game, a lot of people are, also picking it up at various levels of skills. So there's, lots of people you might race against.
Definitely. A lot of that season's hype going on, which is really cool to see SRL pick up a game like Ninja Gaiden for this. Make sure to check out speedrunslive.com as well, who are a big, really affiliated with. They're doing an excellent job. Races are being hosted on Speedruns Live right now, and definitely check it out.
Okay, looks like we got some spread in the positions now. Oh, except for Dexter and Arcus, who look like they're right at the same spot.
I got a little lag on Dexter before I'm going to refresh that real quick.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it looks like Dexter may be a little bit ahead for this boss that requires exactly 2 button presses.
Oh man, that luck.
Oh, Duckfist has a wiki to it. Oh, yeah, there we go. There's the link in the chat. There you go. That's the
Thank
thing
you.
to check out.
So yeah, if you're looking to pick up this game and learn more about it, check out the wiki, check out the IRC channel, and most of all, a lot of the runners, in my opinion, are really approachable when it comes to picking up games. They love to see more competition and people wanting to learn the game. So I'm sure any of these 4 would love to help you out when coming and picking up the game. So definitely ask them if you have any questions.
Oh, wow. Dexter went for the double bird boost in 5-1, and he got it.
Now that's going to affect the rest of the run. He's got to be a lot more
Look at his
careful
health.
now. Yeah, very
Look at
low.
his health. That's, yeah. Well, I mean, that's, 6 points of damage from hitting that bird twice, on top of everything else. So, I mean, that's why people generally don't do that in a race, but, man, it's cool to see.
Yeah, 6 points of health for like a 1.5 second gain time.
Exactly. That's pretty ballsy.
And it's not like he's, fighting for, trying to catch up. He's in the lead right now, so it's nice to see that from Dexter. And that's something we're going to want to keep an eye on, is that health. Can Dexter keep it up as far as just getting to... There's a health spot on 5-3, correct? That he can pick up, but he's not going to really go for.
In 5-3...
Or is it... No, it's 6... I'm sorry, it's 6-3 that helps.
6-3, definitely. 5-3... There's some, like, out-of-the-way spots in this level that I never go to. There may be a health refill over there somewhere. But I don't think any place that he would actually go for it.
He's taking some...
Yeah, he took some damage there. I thought he was going to go for the boost, and then it looked like he changed his mind at the last minute, but got hit anyway. And this room is just annoying. Take a hit there.
Arcus lost some time in that room, it looks like, and he's actually fell behind Duckfist. Oh, no, I keep the rooms. Arcus actually took the lead. I'm sorry. These rooms are so confusing.
They look all exactly the same. Yeah, I agree. Alright, and so we've got 1 mouth down, and 2 mouths down.
Okay, and it looks like he actually went in... It looks like he picked up that health. Dexter's at full HP now.
Huh. Well, you get your HP refilled when you get to the boss.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, every time you get a cutscene, you give your health back. Okay, Arcus is already into 6-2.
Duckfist having some problems in 6-1 right now, losing some time with that damage. Arcus making quick work of the jetpack ninjas.
Mm-hmm.
As is Dexter. Alright, and the infamous... Let's see how... Alright.
And we got people all over the place now. I think nobody is on the same screen. Oh, there we go. I guess Sinister and Duckfist are close.
So Dexter, the problem room in 6-2 got past it.
The problem room. And I know exactly which one you're talking about, just based on that.
Duckfist makes quick work of that room as well. And Arcus is a nice little lead right now going into 6-3.
Yeah, looks like he's about 2 screens ahead. Pretty close. This bird boost here that Arcus is doing, and that I assume Dexter is about to do, is actually not so bad. It's some pretty easy setup for it. more in the last room, which can be a huge pain. Alright, he gets through it. Good. The other problem with this area is that you want to spin slash those guys, but you don't want to pick up any of those candles. All the candles right before the boss have sub-weapons, none of which are as good as spin slash. So that's the worst, is when you screw up a run because you picked up the wrong sub-weapon.
I did that a couple of times where I was trying to keep the spin dash to that final boss and accidentally hit one of those candles and basically just suicided 3 times to get sent back to the beginning to get that OP weapon.
Exactly.
So Dexter...
Getting bounced around a lot, but he
Yeah.
finishes.
And it looks like Arcus is, as long as this fight goes well, he's going to get that first place.
That's a big if, but we'll see. He's... It looked like he was going to skip the tail, and now he just says forget it.
Wow, and Dexter just blazes past Arcus to get first again. Wow.
Dang, he got sniped. Look at that.
So that's actually really big with the point totals, because now he gains 2 points on Duckfist, and now he basically, the worst, that pretty much locks up first. The only thing that could happen is if Duckfist takes first in this next race and Dexter takes fourth, and we would have a tie. So Duckfist has got to be on the top of his game. It could.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Duckfist definitely should be. I don't know if this is going to affect his strats, though. I mean, it seems like he's got his, his consistent strats that he uses, and that's pretty much all he goes with. And it's working for him like crazy this time around.
I actually got to fix Dexter's points real quick to 15 he's got. Alright, and then Sinister rounds out with 4. And Arcus getting second place this time, so he's at 9. So yeah, it really comes down to, again, for those coming in late to this, the way the points is working out is every race, we're doing 5 races today. Every race you get so many points depending on what place you take. First is 4 points, second is third is 2, and then fourth place is 1 point. And the runners have chosen to take any donations that they have that we received today and giving it to charity. So at this point, the way it works out is, depending on how many points you have, that's the percentage of what number you're going to get for so it's out of 50. So for example, if Dexter comes out and gets, takes first place and gets 19 points, he's going to have 19 out of 50. That number close to pretty much 40%, and he's going to have about 40% of the donation money to play around with for SGDQ incentives. So again, they were kind enough to donate all their winnings today to the SGDQ, but there's still something to play for as far as bragging rights and more money for incentives for SGDQ. So let me check this out real quick. We did get at least one donation in between that time period. Let's see how much we're at right now. Okay, yep, we're at, hold on one moment. Okay, yeah, we did get a donation of $10 from Simon, so which brings up the total. Give me a moment here. The total is going to be $63.37. So we're only about 36 and a half, a little more than 36 and a half away from that incentive. Basically, if we get over $100, Sinister and Dexter will do a Pacifist run, which revolves around... Can you explain that real quick, Feasel, what that revolves around?
Yeah, Pacifist run means that you cannot use your sword or any sub-weapons anywhere except the boss. In fact, you're not even going to pick up sub-weapons because I don't think that you can even slash the candles in that. So it's basically do the whole levels without killing anything, and that's going to mean a lot of damage boosting, a lot of having to budget your health because you need to use damage boosts, probably be some intentional deaths just to get your health refilled. It's definitely a big logistical puzzle, finding your way through the game Pacifist, so it's a really tricky thing to route. And even more tricky thing to actually execute. So you definitely want to see that. It's a very creative way to play this game.
And again, if you'd like to donate, there's a there's a donut button. There's a donate button if you scroll down on the channel. Otherwise, you can follow this link. That is definitely not the link. Again, my copy-paste skills. Hold on one second. I'm sure one of my mods have that link. Give me 1 second. I can get the link myself.
Good paste. I like that.
Yes. I don't even know where that came from, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the old, I don't know why that was on my clipboard thing. Sure, I've heard that before.
But this is the link that you want, actually. That's the link. And my PayPal has been a little iffy today. Shout out to PayPal. So if it says it's not working, just keep trying to get through. At some point you will get through. I promise. It's just one of those PayPal's awesome situations. So we are approaching the last race. Again, if we get a tie between Dexter and Duckfist, we will have, not only will we do the Pacifist run, but we will also have a little grudge match for first place between Dexter and Duckfist if there's a tie in points.
Oh man, that'll be cool.
So you get a bonus race in there.
I hope that happens. That would make my day.
And at this point, we're just waiting. I think everybody's good to go. Yep, everybody's finished. So we're just waiting for everyone to. I think they're going to record the race.
Oh, I guess I should do that. Okay, hold on.
Is it recorded already? Oh, there we go. All right. And we've been consistently sitting at 250 viewers, so shout outs to everybody who's watching.
And enjoying your Saturday afternoon or evening for the Europeans.
And I'm definitely not disappointed in these races. These have been some really good close races, a lot of lead changes. You've seen Arcus being in the lead in a lot of these, and then just something little going wrong, and then giving way to Duckfist and Dexter to grab some points there. So I'm really excited to see this conclusion. I would be super hype if Duckfist got first and somehow Dexter got fourth. Not that I'm rooting against Dexter, but I would love to see another match between these two with everything on the line.
Yeah, exactly. Any more donations?
Let me double check. We're still at the same, so we've got one more race to get to that. We've got about 36 bucks to go, so. Alright, we're waiting for people to, it looks like, dot ready and enter. Something I do appreciate is the Ninja Gaiden community very quick at dot reading and dot entering. I mean, we're getting in races really fast right now. It's nice to see.
Yeah. I'm surprised. It's nice to get that quick turnaround. Sometimes there'll be, some people who take half an hour to finish or longer, etc., and just people who go AFK, but these guys are really, you can tell that they're excited to get, to do the next race.
Alright, and we got everybody starting to dot ready up. right, Joe Bot has
There you
been
go.
booted, and in 10 seconds, here we go. Last race. Good luck, everybody. All right.
And we're off. And again, 1-1 going as 1-1 usually does.
I mean, it's really hard. I mean, I blindly didn't even die on this first one, so I don't think you'll ever see a death on this level.
Right, yeah, death would be tricky because I think everything here just does 1 damage, so it would take a long time to kill yourself here. It's really just a matter of making sure that you've got, you know, some Ninpo left for the boss so you don't have to fight him the normal way, etc.
Yeah, Cassidy, the PayPal account is a little iffy sometimes. If you're trying to donate, just keep refreshing the button. At some point you will get through. PayPal is being a goober, so I'm refreshing as much as possible to get that through. So keep on trying. Looks like we do have another donation here for $10 while we're going through some of these boring parts. It says, Annihilator here, these races have been so good and so close. Really wanting to see the Pacifist race. Dexter and Sin have perfected that route to an unbelievable degree. So $10 there. So we are at, I believe, let me see.
20-something, what do you say, $26 away from it right now.
Yeah, we're at 73 bucks. So yeah, 26 away. So thank you for that $10 donation. Just 26 away.
And I'd like to point out that all these donations are going to charity, and I believe it's probably going to be Doctors Without Borders, although I don't know if that's been officially confirmed yet, but this is going to the SGDQ charity. So not only will you be helping yourselves by seeing a pacifist race today, you'll also be helping the charity, and you'll be helping raise more money through SGDQ, which, you know, is a good thing as well.
And will this be I know the list hasn't been whittled down yet, but has this at least been offered by a few people to be run at SGDQ?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a race between, you know, me and Duckfist or whoever is, you know, interested in it, but
Excellent.
at least us. With a donation incentive for sword only, I think.
Oh baby. Well, we will definitely be seeing some pacifists because a donation just came in. Hold on 1 second here. I'm pretty hyped for this. Give me 1 moment. But yeah, there's definitely going to be pacifists going on. We've got a bunch of donations that looks like coming in here.
Ooh.
Hold on 1 moment.
A bunch of them, huh? Wow, well that's awesome.
I remember it was one big one. My history is taking some time to update, but give me 1 second here.
I don't think we had any 131s that time. Yeah, Duckfist, the only person even trying to do the bird boost in 3-2.
Alright, yep, and we did hit the total. We've got a donation comment here from Cassidy. It says, love all these races. Show them the money. Alright, thank you for that donation, Cassidy. Much appreciated. And that was...
everyone appreciates that, because now you get to watch Pacifist. This is great.
That was for $36, so we are over the $100 mark. Excellent, excellent.
And everyone making short work of that boss with the fire sub-weapon. World record for Pacifist, probably Dexter, right? I believe still Dexter. It was Sinister, and now Dex.
Yep, 1533 is the Pacifist world record. It's crazy how, even though they're not using weapons in that run, they're still only a couple minutes behind.
Hey, Dexter actually did, or I mean Duckfist rather, actually did the bat boost in this level that everyone has been skipping. That's interesting. Alright, now here we are at the stage with awesome music. So enjoy that. And then on to 4-3.
And yeah, not only does now Duckfist has got to be rooting for other people not to die. He wants everybody to do well except Dexter at this point. So anytime Sinister or Arcus, has a problem area, that's not good for Duckfist.
Right.
So now he's about a few seconds behind Dexter again. Dexter in the first place right now.
Yeah, Dexter's crushing it. He's, I don't know, oh man, Duckfist just had to wait for just a bad, an unfortunate incident there at the top. So now Dexter's a good 8 to 10 seconds ahead.
And apologies, Arcus is actually ahead of Dexter right now. So it's first Arcus, Dexter second, Duckfist in third, and Sinister behind.
Right.
Then again, anything can happen. 6-2 is still a level, so we'll see what happens.
Alright, we got bird boost from Arcus and Dexter. Dexter's going for the double bird boost, and he doesn't make the second one. Duckfist says screw it, and he kills the bird. Ooh, incredibly close here, Dexter and Arcus. I'm just watching them both. I'm sort of like cross-eye fusing them because they're basically at the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not anymore. I just refreshed, and that is no longer the case. Never mind. I should have refreshed before this race. Oops. There we go. Yeah, Arcus just finished.
So Duckfist caught up to... Yeah, Duckfist actually just passed up Dexter right now. And Sinister, again, not too far behind, so you never know. This is definitely not over yet. Anything can happen.
Yeah, they got some... 5-3 is one of the tricky ones, and then, of course, World 6 is... I mean, who knows what could happen there.
And something the viewers can't see, but myself, unless you're watching them from their channel, but Dexter definitely a little frustrated right now watching his webcam. He's a little disappointed in himself that he lost some of that time.
Yeah. And we've got Arcus taking down Mouth. So, solidly in the lead at this point. No one is even at that boss yet. Okay, Duckfist approaching it.
And just one point, Sinister's actually caught up to Dexter right now. So everybody is really close. Wow.
On the other hand, Dexter does not have Spin Slash, so he's going to lose, oh man, a good 6 to 10 seconds, I think, on this boss.
Okay, so at this point, Dexter's in 4th place and is behind everybody. If Duckfist can somehow pass up Arcus...
Holy jeez, oh my god, he almost died at that boss. That was really scary. Sorry, go on.
No, I'm just, yeah, I mean, it just... it's going to be... Oh, Duckfist having some problems in 6-1 right now. This is going to be really close. One mistake by Arcus could mean a tie. This is really, really, really crazy.
Yeah, man, Duckfist just keeps coming out of nowhere and like suddenly being, you know, first or second. Like this is great to watch.
Arcus makes quick work of the trouble room. And he's got plenty of health right now. Arcus is in a really good spot. Something I want to point out, that Arcus has some really slow boss fights in some of these races, so if Duckfist can continue to close the gap, it'll be interesting to see if Duckfist continues to go for the tail strats, knowing he has to get first in order to win.
Mm-hmm. I mean, well, we'll have to see what happens in the rest of 6-3, but at this point, I mean, it's going to take more than just the tail strats to make up that time. Being a whole room ahead.
He's got a lot of time on him right now.
Oh, sorry, Dex.
Looks like Dexter game over there.
Yep. Alright, now Arcus just needs to play it safe at these last two forms. I mean, really, with Jockey, the thing you just got to watch out for is hitting his body, because that does 4 damage to you. The fireballs themselves do almost nothing. Oh, wow, that was a great fight. Real solid. So he's pretty much got this. Oh, man. Duckfist almost got him in 2 passes. That was amazing. He was 1 point away from it. That is some fast slash canceling. I'm always impressed at how fast people can do that.
And there it is. Arcus takes first
Uh-huh.
and seals the deal for Dexter. So that almost was that's crazy. That almost was a tie for first place. If Duckfist, remember, Duckfist kind of got sniped at the end, I believe, of that last race. So if had he just, you know, finished the race at the end a little bit faster, he would have been tied right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, and Sinister finishing up the boss, jumping on top of it.
Yep.
Very nice, very nice. Alright, so let's update the points real quick. Duckfist is going to be finishing up with 15 points in second place. We've got Dexter finishing in first with 16 points, barely edging that out. We've got, you know, Arcus making a nice little comeback there with 13 points. And then Sinister going to finish it up with 6 points. So that's the breakdown. You do the math, do whatever the number is divided by the total of 50. That's the percentage that they're going to be getting to use of the $109. I will check if we got any more, but of that about $110. Well, with PayPal fees and whatnot, it'll probably be around 100 to 105. But essentially, they're all coming away with a nice little chunk that they're going to be able to use for incentives for SGDQ. So thank you to everyone who donated. Much appreciation. But without further ado, let's get that Pacifist race going on.
All right, cool. Do we want to interview anybody or bring anybody to the call?
Yeah, let's bring. We haven't brought in Dexter yet because he was AFK. Let's try to bring in Dexter. I know it's maybe not the best time to bring him in after that race, but still, he did take first place overall. So.
Yep. Just a second. calling him now.
All right.
I don't know if he can hear it though, because he's in D&D mode.
Mm-hmm. Is it still not coming through?
Yeah, he's not picking up.
Okay. Well, I know Duckfist had mentioned that he wanted to help commentate on these pacifists, so in the very least, let's bring in Duckfist here.
Okie doke.
So definitely, although the main race is over, we still got a really hype race coming up, guys. Pacifist race between Sinister and Dexter. It's going to be a really fun watch. If you've never seen a Pacifist run before, it's definitely a good watch with the manipulation with the enemies and getting through things without using the sword. So definitely stick around for this last race. If you'd still like to donate, definitely go ahead. There is the donate button. Otherwise, follow this link here and it will take you to the PayPal. If it's not working and getting through, just keep refreshing. At some point, it will let you through. So thanks again to all who have donated. Much appreciation.
So you said after this there is a Yoshi's Island
Yep.
race?
At
That's what it is?
5 p.m. Eastern time, for those of you who are interested, we will be doing the second. This is the first time we've done 2 showcase races in a day, but we will be doing a second showcase race, Yoshi's Island Any Percent Warpless, and that'll be happening at 5 p.m. Eastern time on the same channel. So we'll take a break for about an hour and a half or so, but come right back. That should be a really good watch as well. It's going to be Carl Sagan, Z-Wing, Black Yoshi, and Lee SDA, so an excellent race. We've had you're going to have 2 really quality runs going on today.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's
Hey,
it
what's
going?
up?
Doing well, doing well. Just finished up the races. I see we met the goal.
Yeah,
We sure did.
so we will
Nicely done.
be doing that Pacifist, and I know you wanted to come in here and help commentate on that. So
Hell yeah, I'm down.
just waiting for Dexter and Sinister to get ready for that, and then I guess, do we want to just create another race channel or just have them go at it?
It depends on if the other people here want to keep racing any percent. We could make another channel. He said he's starting a new race. Okay.
I see it.
There it is. Okay.
Oh, there's 2 of them? Ah.
All right.
So yeah, those races were really good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, definitely,
A
Duckfist.
lot of fun.
Very nice. You almost had it there as far as the pulling out the first place. If you'd gotten first place there would have been a tie, which would have been really hype for that grudge match.
Yeah, but Arcus was way too consistent for me.
There's a little talk of the chat saying there's a little conspiracy theory that Dexter was throwing, but definitely not the case.
Yeah, he was pretty upset in the Skype call, but just ending the last race with a couple of deaths is pretty tough. Little side note: I had the best Jackie fight I've ever had on that race.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Had him down to 1 HP by the time he came by for the last pass. That's... I don't know how it happened.
Extremely fast slash canceling.
Yeah, 4 hits on 3 of the jumps, and then 3 hits on the last jump. So 2-rounder is possible, but I have not yet gotten it.
You actually, I think you were the only person I saw today who boosted off the bat in 3-1.
3-1,
4-1. 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1, yeah, I did that
Jungle.
twice. Did that
Oh, you
twice.
did?
Yeah, everybody was like, I'm not going for that, I'm not going for that. And I think Sinister actually died doing it once.
Yeah, it's not even a hard boost. It's just that if you miss it, you might end up in the pit. So it's like...
Yeah, so it kind of sucks because there's a couple of there's like a couple of frames worth of a window to do the boost. And if you're 1 frame earlier than that window, you die. And if you're 1 frame earlier than that,
You stick to
live.
the wall. Yeah.
You hit the wall. So and if you actually miss pressing the button entirely and just run off the edge, you stay alive. So the idea is to just time it as late as possible, and if you miss it, oh well, you're still alive.
Huh.
So yeah, lots of funny deaths in 4-1 actually today, and that was upsetting for a lot of people.
I'm just gonna do this. Put in, don't have too much flexibility with this region, but we'll do this here.
Maybe center it or something, and that's probably good.
Give me 1 second. Could do this.
So I've never actually run Pacifist, but I know all the tricks they're doing, so I should be able to provide some insight here.
There we go. It's going to look a little sloppy in some areas, but this will have to do for now.
That's fine.
Actually, let's do this. Yeah, that'll actually work real nice.
And so yeah, our point distribution will go towards what we select as far as donation incentives with this
Oh, wow, they're going.
donation pool here. Oh wow, yep, the race has started. So this is Pacifist Ninja Gaiden, and the definition of Pacifist is you can't kill any enemies except for bosses, and you also can't pick up any items, so that means no health. So there's going to be a lot of damage boosting strats and a lot of
Oh, did Dexter accidentally...
dodge to save time.
I think
Yeah, he did. He restarted.
he forgot that because he was attacking. I think he
Oh,
forgot it
good.
was...
Yeah, he was on autopilot, muscle memory mode, so he
Oh,
honorably
absolutely.
went for the reset.
It's like the first level you don't even think about most of the time, so I could see how that autopilot would kick in.
Yeah, so the strats in the first level aren't that different, except for a couple of the Mike Tysons that you just have to be careful about jumping over. Mike Tysons, you can't jump over them without stopping. You can, but you have to be like frame perfect. So you see both of the players kind of jump and pause in midair and then go over them.
And this is also interesting because you'll see some of the sword-only, you'll see some of the low percent strats on the bosses, which we haven't been seeing.
Yeah, definitely. On the first 2 bosses, it's really nothing to it. You just slash.
Yep.
And with Moth, the 5th boss, but Act 3 and Act 4 boss are a little bit more interesting. With really precise mashing, you can take down the Act 4 boss without him moving at all, but it's very difficult to do. But here we have both players now in 2-1. Also, nothing complicated here except for just making it over some of those Mike Tysons with some particular jumps.
Yeah, it's interesting. You gotta like fake him out. You gotta trigger his punch and then go over him.
And 2-1 is where we'll see the game develop. It doesn't matter the Dexter reset because it's pretty much anybody's game until 2-1 is over, or 2-2 is over rather. 2-2 is one of the hardest stages in Pacifist. You just take a huge amount of damage to get through it.
Right, and the Hammer Brother guys too.
Yeah, there's a huge amount of luck with the Hammer Brothers and being able to jump over them. You just have to hope that they don't throw anything. So Sinisterwon coming in. Actually, let me get his stream. Let me get their streams up separately so I don't have a lag.
Ooh, got a little hairy there at the end of that first part of 2-2.
Yeah, but he made it through. He has a good amount of health.
machine gun guy that he...
And yeah, the idea on this room is to get his bullets onto the screen. Okay, so he waited for it. Yeah, you can actually boost off the machine gun guy's bullets, but Sinister just waited. And he still has a good amount of health to make it through this last room. Let's see if he doesn't. Now, after this section, he has to get enough bullets on the screen, hopefully reach the sprite limit here, and hopefully be able to... Okay. Oh, no, he wasn't...
You despawn something?
Yeah, you can only have 8 sprites on the screen at once, and it'll prevent, like, Hammer Brothers from throwing hammers, I think. Actually, don't quote me on that. Not totally sure, but Sinister was sadly not able to get the bullets to boost him, but he did make it through. He has enough HP. Sinister clearing 2-2 without any deaths. Very nice.
Enough HP being 1.
Yeah. Dexter getting the bullet boosts, like I was mentioning, so Dexter is now through.
Also with
having
1.
barely enough HP. Very nice.
So just like that, Dexter able to catch up even with that reset.
Yeah. Yeah, look at how both those guys just barely made it through there. It's such a logistical puzzle getting through Pacifist. Like, just where do you spend your health? And it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, you have to refine your strategy constantly based on how many mistakes you make.
Yeah, exactly. You make one mistake, and then you got to change what you do in the rest of the level. It's
Sinister having a little trouble here on the ladder climb on 3-1, just that bird respawning.
And so now we're at the same point. We're all back together again. Oh.
Some difficulty with these birds.
Never mind.
Sinister having to despawn it. Taking it very carefully. Sinister does not want to die here. Oh, and he takes the hit. He still has a chance to make, though. No.
Oh.
No, that clubber just swung his club at the wrong time. Sinister taking a death on 3-1.
Yeah, but we're still only like third of the way through the game, so it gets even more brutal, so this could still go either way.
Yeah, definitely. 3-2, not a whole lot of trouble in Pacifist, except the fact that if you take a lot of damage, you can take the boss pretty slowly. The more health you have for the boss, the more damage you can take, and it can go a little faster. Sinister making it to 3-2. Dexter a little low on HP, but he should be able to survive. Ooh, ugh. Okay, yeah. It's still good. 5 HP or so for the boss, so. I know touching the bullets from this boss does 2 damage to you. Touching the boss himself, I think, does 3. So Dexter taking 1 hit. Nice dodge over the bullets there.
This guy's hitbox is really weird. Like, sometimes it seems like you're hitting him and nothing happens.
Yeah, so when the boss explodes, you see where the explosions are at? They're kind of centered around his hitbox. So his hitbox is closer to, like, his crotch or his feet. It's really weird. And it, like, changes as he jumps around, so it's one of the worst hitboxes in this game.
Yeah, it is. It's different when he's on the ground than when he's in the air. It's bizarre.
Ooh, Dexter making it through the Hammer Brother on 4-1 in pretty good shape so far in Act 4. Sister has a good amount of health here.
So at what point are these guys going to start taking planned deaths?
Around Act 5. Act 5 is where the hatred begins. So Sinister having a pretty good 3-2 there, also with 5 health, so he's going to take the boss somewhat safely. Yeah, he's already taking it safely against the boss's shots.
Yeah, stopping to kill those bullets as opposed to just trying to jump over them or taking the hit.
So the boss can shoot bullets every 2 jumps, 3 jumps, or 4 jumps, I think. That's Sometimes correct. He'll do it immediately again, but it's extremely rare. I've never actually seen it.
I don't think I have either.
Very close by Sinister with 1 HP. It's actually a pretty quick boss kill. Dexter wants to be... Okay, so Dexter's in pretty good shape. He wanted to be really careful on the bridge here because you can... In Pacifist, you can have a lot of birds on the bridge if you're not careful. So he was very carefully despawning those guys.
Yeah, those birds will eat you alive.
And he's made it through 4-2 with a good amount of health, so there might not be any forced deaths in 4-3. And I didn't see if Sinister went for the bat boost on that one. But...
Oh, at the end of the first part of 4-1?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Dexter did it, though.
And Dexter got through the Hammer Brother at the beginning of 4-3. It's also a pretty difficult portion. So as Sinister comes up to the bridge here, we'll see if he's able to get as lucky as Dexter. Dexter having a little trouble in 4-3 getting past that machine gun guy.
Oh, this part is scary right here, where Dexter's at.
Okay, so Sinister's in good shape. He managed to pass those birds, because those birds, those first two, are, if they hit you, they tend to just kind of swarm all over you. So Sinister's in really good shape on 4-2 now.
Dexter with 1 bar of health left. I'm surprised he didn't... Okay, now he's dead.
And, yeah, Bruce Lee got him. Luckily, it wasn't too far from the beginning of 4-3, but now he has to keep in mind that he has died once, and, if he has to die again, he has to plan his game overs just right as well. Same thing with Sinister, who has no lives left. So his next death is going to have to be a game over. So he wants to... a choice would have been to suicide at the beginning of 4-3 for Sinister, so he'd get a fresh amount of lives, but now he has to make sure that he does not die.
That boss fight was amazing. He got him before the guy even jumped off his pedestal.
He did? Wow.
I think he got like an inch off the pedestal. And
that's very good. I didn't think Dexter was capable of doing that, but yeah. You have to have really good mashing to do that.
Yeah, you get basically 2.5 jumps before he moves,
Sinister cutting it extremely close. 2 HP, no lives left. A death would mean a game over and the beginning of the stage here. Makes it through the Bruce Lee, so he can fight the boss with 2 HP. Of course, this means still means he'll die in 1 hit here. Wow, very good mashing by Sinister. Boss has 2 HP left. Yes, he gets the boss. Ooh. Very close. Very, very nice boss kill. Sinister usually doesn't get that many slashes off on the boss, so that was a very good execution there.
Yeah, he had him down to 2 health after his initial attacks.
So with some of the most stressful stages coming up, Sinister is still in the game here. I wouldn't be surprised if Sinister suicided at the very beginning of 5-2 to get those extra lives.
I probably would. Well, being at 0 health, being at 0 lives, rather, you don't want to screw around.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, you don't take a whole lot of damage in 5-2 in Pacifist.
Right, but you don't want to end up getting knocked off the screen and then have to start the whole level again.
So we'll see if he goes for the suicide here. If not, definitely at the beginning of 5-3.
Well, this is
having a little bit of trouble.
This part that Dexter's at, it's tough even in not Pacifist.
Yeah, so stuttering a little bit on that last screen, taking a death. Yep, Sinister goes for the game over strat here. Mm-hmm. Refresh those extra lives. Of course, that only wasted 3 seconds, which is nothing in comparison to what could have happened. So here's Sinister's opportunity to catch up. If Sinister can take the last room of 5-2 well, he is still in good shape to come back. Dexter making it to 5-3, taking that game over. Not a bad choice. Sinister having an incredible room with the turrets there. Made it through perfectly. Very nice. Oh, no. Sinister clipping over the top of that wall, but not quite accurate enough. Luckily, he did take that game over, though. Sinister stream is stuttering a little bit here.
Yeah, it looks like it's on Sinister's side. And he's back.
There we go. Okay. So Dexter getting that nice boost there off of the football player. We call that the Sex Panther boost. That's pretty hard to learn, but once you do, it's pretty easy to get. Ooh, and having a little bit of trouble getting roughed up by those birds, making it through that screen. Nice job, Dexter. Looks like Sinister has made it through 5-2. Taking the game over at the beginning. Good choice. He used the entirety of 5-3 behind Dexter. This is one of the hardest stages in Pacifist, though, so we'll see if he can pull out.
Yeah, it's got everything. It's got Hammer Brothers. It's got Jetpack Ninjas.
Yeah. This part with the Hammer Brother and the Jetpack Ninjas is one of the most annoying. But he made it through with a good amount of health on that part, so nicely done.
And he despawns the Hammer Brother.
Yeah, not a bad idea. That Hammer Brother control the hell out of you. You'll see this really cool strat by Sinister boosting onto the top platform, which is normally impossible to get to without a boost, and getting the Sex Panther. Sinister having an incredible 5-3. This is one of the more difficult sections of the stage, too. Getting lucky with those boosts. Very nice 5-3. No deaths. Dexter getting roughed up a bit in 6-1. Pretty annoying Hammer Brother there. Ooh, and taking the death. Just that gauntlet of enemies at the end of 6-1. So now they're on a pretty even playing field going into Act 6. Let's see if Sinister gets the 3 round on Moth here.
Well, he got knocked to the right, so that
1
means
HP.
you're not close enough. The distance that you stand away from Mouth is what basically determines which way you get boosted.
Yeah, and you want to stand as far away as possible so you get boosted to the right. And yeah, you can like slash the tip of the shield and he still takes damage, so he has a pretty large hitbox. No! Dexter falling behind, taking the game over at the very end of 6-1.
Oh no. Now they are pretty close now.
Wow, so we have a race here.
Rumors abound that Dexter's throwing the race.
Sinister going very risky with extremely low health. But with some incredible strats, he makes it through with 3 HP.
Yeah, he's got 2 lives, so he might take a death somewhere in the...
Yeah, he's gonna kill himself.
He's gonna have to, actually. Oh, he's doing it right now, okay.
Yeah, you can't make it through this first screen without getting hit like maybe 5 or 6 times. So, yeah, at this point, Dexter should probably have killed himself.
Yeah, that's pretty thin on health there. That's not good.
With that Hammer Brother luck right there, I don't think it.
I would be killing myself right now. I mean, who knows? You could make it. Well, you got one more point to work with, buddy. I see what he's trying to do. That's cool.
That huge shuriken hitbox. Yeah, so to avoid those jetpack ninjas, you want to just walk off the ledge and grab the wall like that. And if you take damage while you're on a wall, you don't get knocked around. Usually.
Some things will knock you off. I think it depends on what direction they're coming.
I think so too, yeah. But Dexter having a very smooth retry of the first room of 6-2. Both players in pretty good shape here. Sinister without any lives, so he has to be able to take this as carefully as he can.
Good, he despawned that hammer, bro.
There it is. Still possible to be done with Sinister, I think. He has to make sure not to take any damage in this room, though.
This is the worst room, but he's going to despawn the Hammer Brother and let G.I. Joe run off. Oh, there we go.
A little trouble with the bird, but Sinister, I think, can make it.
Nice.
Okay, so Sinister's still in good shape. Nice bird boost there by Sinister. Looks like he's pulled it out. Excellent.
Mm-hmm. 0 lives, 3 health, so this is probably going to be a death right here.
Yeah, I would agree. This is a very intense, yeah. So he's taking the death from Bruce Lee, because Bruce Lee does 2 damage to you, and bats only do 1. Dexter in the same situation, but with a little bit more health. With a fresh 2 lives going into 6-3, Sinister is in very good shape to finish out the game. Now we'll see if he gets, this is for Sinister, this is one of the more difficult boosts coming up. Normally we align ourselves with this bird in any percent, but that's not able to be done in Pacifist, so he has to actually boost just right off
of projectiles.
He got it. So the difficult part about that is to have a Hammer Brother throw the hammer at the right trajectory to where you can just jump up, take damage at the peak of your jump, and make it onto the platform with invulnerability.
Right, yeah, the projectiles are not something you can control like the other spawns. You just gotta hope that he throws it, and then, wait for it, and then go.
This is a very solid 6-3. Sinister taking a death just in case he has plenty of lives left. Okay, Dexter's approaching the fabled Hammer Brother. Let's see how lucky he gets. Sinister moving on to the final boss.
Oh, he's not giving him a good one. Look at that.
Yeah, this guy can really troll you. Has yet to throw a nice hammer.
Oh,
there it is.
He had it. But
oh, no. So he had the good hammer, just mistimed the jump and didn't quite get the height that he needed from the boost. Sinister moving into Jackie-O with just the sword here. I certainly hope Sinister doesn't go for the risky strat. Having a little bit of trouble with damaging Jackie-O here.
He's still staying ahead of him in terms of health. That's the important part.
Yeah, that's true.
And not running into the body. That's the important part.
Yeah, so touching Jackie-O himself will do 3 damage to you.
4, I think, right?
Just 3 damage.
Is it 3? Oh, okay.
Pretty much Jackie-O and birds do 3 damage to you. The most damage in the game. It's weird. And then, yeah, touching the fireballs does 1. But Sinister's safely making it through there. Going on to the demon statue, I certainly hope he doesn't go for the crazy strats. He's doing it. Okay, no,
he's not. Okay.
All right. Nice.
He's thinking about it, though. You could see it.
So Dexter, after that death on the bird, safely making it through the remainder of 6-3. Sinister finishing out. With a final time at 17:55 SDA timing. Very nice, Sinister. A round of Frankerzies for our friend here.
Ooh.
Let's see what kind of Jackie-O performance Dexter has. Let's go for that 3-rounder.
I'm always about that Frankerzies spam.
Having a 4-round Jackie-O fight, Dexter trying to be a little aggressive and chasing him down, but getting knocked by a fireball. He'll finish it on round 5 for Jackie-O there. And being in last, we'll see if Dexter goes for the crazy heart strats.
Yes, he is.
He is going for it. So touching anything on this final form here does 3 damage to you. And you're forced to take 1 damage from the head, so you can only get hit 5 times on that. So you want to be able to damage the heart faster than it damages you. So Dexter finishing it out. Both players having pretty good runs here. Very close race, back and forth. So congratulations to Sinisterwon and to Dexter. Nicely done.
Yeah, you guys did an excellent job. I just sat back and took a break there, let you two take care of that. So with that, I believe that's going to conclude our showcase race today for Ninja Gaiden. Thanks again, Sinister and Duckfist I can't talk today. Thanks again for Sinister, okay. Duckfist, Dexter, and Arcus for participating today. Much appreciation. It was a lot of fun watching the 4 of you play. Thanks again, Feasel, for helping me with the commentating. I could not have done it by myself, that's for sure.
Oh, I had a great time. Thank you.
If you guys all want to just post your Twitch channels real quick, just so people can give you a follow if they haven't already. And if you have a Twitter, if you want to post that as well, whatever. Make sure you follow these guys on Twitch and on Twitter if they have one. They're excellent runners. I know most of them run more games than just one. I know Dexter's has a very good Batman time. Feasel obviously has been running SMW for a long time, as well as Zelda 2, Duckfist, the Mega Man games. So definitely follow these guys. And obviously, and Sinister has the world record for Punch-Out, so follow them all, please. They're excellent streamers. They do great commentary when they're actually doing runs. Give them some love. Thanks again for taking your time to participate in this, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us and for putting on these awesome races, man. It's always fun.
Do you guys have any shout-outs you want to do, quick?
Sure. I'll just shout out the hashtag Ninja Gaiden, hashtag Mega Man. Those are the 2 channels I spend the most time in. So thanks to Dexter, Sinisterwon, Arcus, obviously, Feasel, Barry, Primal85, Jimmy Poopins, Zost, Whitman Price, Mundungu, and everyone in the crazy blind race yesterday. So I ate your pie, and who else was there?
Controllerhead was in there, Luigi Meister. Yeah.
Yggdrasil, yeah, Luigi Meister. So shout-outs to everyone that gives love to Ninja Gaiden. Good stuff. Thank you.
Definitely. It was a lot of fun. You guys should definitely at least play through Ninja Gaiden and try to beat it. It's one of those games where once you beat it, you feel really accomplished, for sure.
Yeah, you can say to your friends, I beat Ninja Gaiden. That actually means something.
All right, everybody, in 5 p.m. Eastern time, about an hour and 15 minutes, we are going to reboot the stream again for some Yoshi's Island Any Percent with Boss Crab. He's going to be commentating on that with me. So take a break, get some food, get some rest, get some energy, whatever you need to do. But come back in here in an hour and 15 minutes. It's going to be an excellent race. It's going to be featuring Carl Sagan, Z-Wing, Black Yoshi, and Lee SDA coming out of the woodwork to get in this race. So at any point, those guys are all capable of beating the world record, so you never know. You never know in a race. So come back, check it out. If you like what you saw, give us a follow. You can also follow us on Twitter, Showcase Race Twitter. I'll put that in here real quick as well. But yeah, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Twitch. We usually do these, try to do them at least 3 times a month. So again, I appreciate everybody for donating today. That's going to go to an excellent cause. And I'm going to shut down the stream and see you guys in about an hour. Take it easy,
Thanks, guys.
everybody.